Hello again, everyone. This is Elder Stacy Sanders coming to you with another video. But before we begin, I just want to say that if you're watching on YouTube, please hit the like and the subscribe button. If you're watching the video on Facebook, please follow my Facebook page and share the content with whomever you think may need to hear this information. If you're looking at this on Twitter, please follow my Twitter page. Please like and then retweet. And if you're looking at this on LinkedIn, please don't forget to follow and then like and then share. And I want everybody to know that I really appreciate you liking, subscribing, sharing, following, retweeting. It really helps the algorithms push the content out to as many people as possible. So I want you to know that we really appreciate that. We're going to be talking today about a hot topic that we have going on in the country right now, and that is about abortion. But before we get into talking about the numbers, I want you to know that Jay-Z said that men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. It's very important for us to understand where we are and look at the data, look at the numbers, look at the analytics to see where we compare, because they can get on television. It is not illegal for the news to lie to you, lie to your face, until you go look at the numbers, and then you can make that determination for yourself whether they're telling the truth or not, because the truth is in writing. They can say whatever they want over the air. But I want to tell everyone, this is not just for black people, but for everyone. If you just want to educate yourself, just look at the information we're looking at. Go to blackdemographics.com. It's very important to be in the know. Get the information that you need so you can be as successful as possible. So we don't want to hide the information. I want everyone that can to go to blackdemographics.com, and you can look at the numbers. You can look at the statistics for our community for yourself. All right. The Bible says, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. It is not fun to be ignorant. Ignorant people get taken advantage of. But when you are not ignorant, it is hard for people to take advantage of you. So the more knowledge you have, the better off you're going to be, and you can pass this information down to your posterity. But we're going to look at the African Americans and abortion. And let's just start here before we get into the charts. African American women have 27.6% of all abortions in 2014, but make up less than 14.9% of the female population of the United States. And that is in 2014. However, there are several factors that lead to these statistics, and we are going to take a closer look at 4 of them. We're going to look at the unintended pregnancies. We're going to look at relationship stability. We're going to look at contraception use, and we're going to take a look at poverty. All right. Do African American women have the most abortions? Well, let's look at the numbers. In the United States of America, all others, people who mark not black, white, Hispanic, but others, 8.8% of those who consider themselves to be other have abortions in this country. 24.8% of Hispanics had abortions. 27.6% of black women had abortions. And white people, 38.7%. White women have the most abortions of any race, ethnic group, but black women are overrepresented, making up 27.6% of all abortions, while only comprising 14.9% of all women in the nation, giving them the highest abortion rate in the United States. All right, now let me just add this in here, because, and I understand the Supreme Court and all of them, the fight for abortion, listen, it's not what they're making it out to be. It's not that they care about life. Abortion, when it started, was intended for population control for the black and brown communities. But now, this is what I'm telling you. Numbers do not lie. 38.7% of white American women have abortions, opposed to 27.6%. The statistics say by the year 2050, white Americans will be the minority, and the other groups, blacks, Hispanics, will be the majority. That is the reason why they have this big push on stopping abortions. Now, they can't say that abortions are illegal for white women, but it's still legal for black and brown women. They can't do that. So they have to stop abortions for everybody. But the whole goal is to get their numbers back up so they can stay in the majority. Listen, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. And even though they sow the seed that this is for religious purposes, it's really to get their numbers up to make sure that they stay in the majority. Don't be fooled, okay? All right. But 38.7% of white women had abortions in the United States of America. Why? African American women, while black women overrepresented. African American women are also overrepresented in 4 of the major factors that lead to abortions. 1 is unintended pregnancies. 2 is relationships. 3 is a lack of contraception use. And 4 is poverty. Let's look at the 1, unintended pregnancies. Women who had an unintended pregnancy were more likely to have an abortion. All right, 50%. Range of all women is from 36 to 40%. Black women who have an unintended pregnancy, 50% of black women had a tendency to have an abortion. All others is 36%, and at the high point, 40%. The percentage of who had abortions because of unintended pregnancies. Listen, when it comes to unintended pregnancies, I believe that life starts at conception. Life starts when the sperm and the egg, when conception begins, I believe that's when life begins. Listen, you don't have to have an abortion if you're not irresponsible. I'm going to put that on both the man and the woman. If you use contraception, you would not be in a position to have an abortion. Stop being irresponsible. If no one told you, Elder Xanders is telling you, you wouldn't be in a position to have an unintended pregnancy or to go seek an abortion if you was responsible in the beginning. Get some control over yourself and use protection. I think that's just plain and simple. Number 2, 85% of women having abortions were not married. All right? 85% of women who had an abortion were not married. 70% of the 85% were black. 50% were women. Nationally, the national percentage of all women, 15%, and 15% who are not married. That is a staggering number. And I'm going to say this has something to do with what people don't understand, even in the music industry. There used to be a time when I was a teenager where we had conscious rappers. We had KRS-One. You had political rappers like Public Enemy. You had the Jazzy Jeffs and the Fresh Princes. You had the LL Cool J's who empowered the Queen Latifahs and MC Lyte, who empowered the community to try to lift you up. But then they started to change it in the music industry, where it became the messages became about drugs, gangs, pimps, hoes, and etc. It was and young people listen to this message, talking about sex, drugs, and violence. And we have become less concerned about being responsible, and we are promoting irresponsible behavior, which is a result of pregnancies that are unattended, women getting pregnant that are not married, and it seems like the traditional voices are being drowned out. These things have something to do with why we are where we are as a culture of people today, and we have to make some changes. But knowledge is the start of it. All right, 85% of women having abortions were not married. 70% of those 85% were African American women. All right, number 3, fewer black women are using contraceptive methods, even those who are at a higher risk of unintended pregnancy. This is where responsibility come in. But we're living in a time where people are irresponsible. You know, it doesn't make much sense. Be responsible. Be temperate in all things. Have some self-control. Listen, you're not that much on fire where you don't understand that if I have sex without using contraceptive of some form, I may get pregnant. You understand that. But we're living in a day of time where people are living irresponsible lives. Fewer black women are using contraceptives. And that goes for the men too. But I think that the women are the ones that are getting pregnant. I think the onus should be on women. If I was a woman, I would make sure that I am using birth control if I'm living that kind of, lifestyle. Be responsible. And because the women are going to be left with the responsibility, a lot of time men are going to get up and they're going to walk away. So you have to be responsible. Fewer black women are using contraceptive methods, even those who are at a higher risk. All right. Black women, 80, of unintended pregnancies at risk of using, but using contraceptive. Okay. 83% are at risk, but they're using contraceptives. In the white community, at risk, but 91% are using contraceptives. 91% also is equal with the Hispanics and with the Asians at 90%. 83%, we are at a 7 to 8% disadvantage above white, Hispanic, and the Asian community. So more of them are being more responsible than we are in the black community. I'm not just putting this on women only. I am also putting it on men. Use contraceptive. I mean, that's just the bottom line to it. Use contraceptive because we are out of the white, Hispanic, and Asian community, we are the least responsible. Okay? And look at number 4. Women with family incomes less than 100% of the federal poverty level accounted for just about half, 49.4% of all abortions. All right? Black females is 29%. All females is 17%. All right. So there's more people. Remember in the video that I shared with you, the last video, we talked about the rates. The reason why 49% are abortion, poverty has a lot to do with it. Trust me. Look at India, India and China. Those are some of the poorest people. They have the most children on the planet. Those countries are overran because I kind of think that they have less to do, so they're spending their time, doing the do. And but in this country, they're spending their time doing the do, but then they go out and abort and terminate life. Okay, 49.4% of black women, and as that national average, that are below the poverty level. So there's a lot of education that have to be done in our community and not making it easy. They're making it easy and accessible through and do not think that these things are not all together on a higher level in the music and the culture, teaching people to be irresponsible. We got a way out for you. Just come and have an abortion and terminate the life. And we do need to get our numbers up. How come in the African American community, we're always about 10 to 13% of the population? We're the only group of people where our numbers are not going up. We're stagnant. Our numbers stay the same. All right. Unintended pregnancies. The number of abortions performed is directly related to the number of unintended pregnancies. Simply put, women who have unintended pregnancies are more likely to have abortions. According to the Gumatry Institute report, the proportion of women experiencing an unintended pregnancy in 2014 and choosing to end it in abortion was higher among black women, 50%, than among women in other racial and ethnic groups, which range between 36 and 40%. When it comes to relationships, there are direct correlations between women who have abortions and their relationship with the men who made them pregnant. Let me just stop there, because I am so sick and tired of the music and the videos. They're promoting this promiscuous lifestyle, whether it's from Beyonce telling about riding surfboards and she's married. You got Cardi B, you got Nicki Minaj. These women are married. You got all these people, they're talking crazy, but at the same time they are in relationships. They are married, but they're pushing this mindset off to the populace, and people are falling for the trap. Do not fall for the trap. Relationships should be the way God intended them to be, between men and women raising their families together. All right, let me start that over with relationship. There's a direct correlation between women who have abortions and their relationships with the men who made them pregnant. The Gumatry Institute report, 85% of women having abortions were unmarried, including 46% who were never married and 31% who were cohabitating. In 2014, 70% of black women were not married, including the 48% who have never been married, and excluded the 4% who were separated. According to the CDC, 91.8% of black women having an abortion were not married, compared to 85.3% of all women having an abortion percent in 2015. Cohabiting women had a higher rate of unintended pregnancies compared with both unmarried, non-cohabitating women, 141 versus 36 to 54 per 1,000, and married women, 29 per 1,000. All right, contraceptive use. There is also direct relationships between contraceptive use and unintended pregnancies. 83% of black women at risk of unintended pregnancies are currently using a contraceptive method, compared with 91% of Hispanic and white peers at 90% of their Asian peers. Okay, 83% of black women are at risk of unintended pregnancies, are currently using contraceptive. All right, so we have to improve in that area. Number 4, poverty. We talked about the poverty, the wage gap in the last video, and abortions and all these things does have something to do with poverty. Income is a big factor when it comes to abortion. Women with family incomes less than 100% of the federal poverty level accounted for almost half, 49.4% of all abortion patients in 2014. And this group had the highest abortion rate of all groups examined. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, females had a higher poverty rate at 28.5% in 2014 compared to all females in at 16.8%. All right. In summary, African Americans are overrepresented when it comes to the number of abortions performed. African Americans are also overrepresented in 4 of the major factors that lead to abortions: unintended pregnancies, relationships, lack of contraceptives, and use and low income. All right. So we need to understand the numbers. We are overrepresented in it. There are more white women have more abortions than black women on record. That is what they're trying to stop so that they can get their numbers back up. But in all, whether you are Hispanic, Asian, black, or in whatever category you put yourself in, life begins at conception. That is the biblical definition of life. All right. It doesn't begin when the heart beat. It doesn't begin in the second trimester, or whatever they may be trying to say. Life begins at conception. Because we look in the book of James, he says when lust has conceived, he uses the woman's pregnancy process to 3 trimester period. When lust have conceived, when a thought enters your mind and your mind connects with that thought, the Bible says conception for sin has taken place. And when the egg and the sperm is joined together, conception is taking place. Those two have become one, and that is the beginning, the formation of life. Listen, it is so crazy. They say they call bacteria on Mars life. But a heartbeat on the earth is not life. We are backwards in our thinking, and we need to take a look at this when it comes to the abortion rates in America. Then again, I'm saying again, go to blackdemographics.com. All of this information is there for you to take a look at. All right. Until next time, God bless you.